The question we asked today is, can you still source from TK Maxx and can you still make money?
You, me, or like, what do you mean
In
by
general,
you? In general.
So we're resorting to other methods of casual reselling, methods of buying stuff. We normally in charity shops. We like a charity shop, and the charity shops are pretty dry at the moment.
Yeah, we thought, you know what, let's go to TK Maxx. Let's see if it's as bad as we think it's going to be.
Do you know what? Our TK Maxx's in the local area, I kid you not, did not get yellow sticker this year.
Not at all. No, it didn't.
No,
You're right.
they had them in Essex when we were in Essex, and we came back.
Did Bath get them?
No, we went to Bath. We went to Bath, and they didn't have yellow sticker.
Yeah, we have like 2 or 3 around us in varying directions, an hour this way, an hour that way, but in general, yeah, no yellow stickers.
Just for anyone who wants to know what yellow sticker sale is, it's when the sale items reduce the lowest possible price point. We found these. I'm going to pull a few different pieces that have potential resale value. So these are by a brand called Hunken. And retail is relatively high. They do a lot of patterned items, a lot of like relaxed fit stuff.
Colourful stuff.
It appears the best place to sell it is Vestiaire. If you go to eBay, the comps are
Diabolical.
Some pieces do reach about 50 quid for a used blazer or something like that, but Vestiaire is definitely the best place to situate that brand if you do find it in the wild. The crazier pieces, the better. They do like these like quilted jackets and brightly coloured pattern jackets and things like that. So that was £9. Their top retail price on there was £75.
This is cool. This is Denim Supply by Ralph Lauren, which is hilarious because this is actually Polo Denim Supply, which I've never heard of.
Well, Denim Supply was discontinued in 2016.
Yes, it was, which makes me think that some of these brands, which they kind of used to use, either they're being sold under license, or he's just thinking, you know what, we need a lot of product out there. So this is Polo Denim Supply, which technically, as regards labels, makes no sense.
I found a very similar jacket in full price Polo.
And this is what I'm saying. So the Polo Denim Supply, I'm guessing, would be something that you probably maybe wouldn't find in a full price store, but it would be for outlets. And you want to talk about this?
This is IRO. So their top price on this was $345, reduced down to $72 under gold label. IRO is something you want to look out for. Is IRO. Their leathers sell really well, especially in my personal opinion. However, they have a very high retail price point, and certain pieces do still sell really well on eBay, between £200 and £300 for jackets. Leathers go a lot higher, and so if it sells well on eBay, it's going to sell well on Vestiaire. Let's just say that. So it's well worth picking up if you can find it at the right price.
100% agree.
Sometimes we use going to TK Maxx as a good opportunity to learn new brands.
I was actually just going to say, I'll go back to Polo in a minute, but I was just going to say, before the Polo jacket came up, we were talking as we were doing this, and I said, you know what, not enough people go into TK Maxx, not for retail arbitrage, not to make money, inverted commas, but to learn, because if you see something at TK Maxx, which originally was 496 quid and now is like 80, if you ever see it in a charity shop for 4 quid, there's a good chance that if you pick it up, you could make some money.
Mm-hmm. This is one of those brands. It's a more unusual brand. It's called Momony.
Yeah, same.
Momon. Oh, what's it called? That Momony.
Momony.
Once again, a higher price retail, 3 figures upper echelon. Resale isn't as good as the retail price. Obviously, this is going off of eBay comps. But also Vestiaire is quite low too. So if I can make any recommendations today, is if you find that brand, push the comps.
Well, once again, like I just said, if you're finding it in a charity shop for a couple £, I'm not saying necessarily it's a buy in TK Maxx, but that's not to say it's not a buy in a charity shop or a boot sale or somewhere else you'll buy anything else. Good. Quickly going back, just to the Ralph stuff. For anyone thinking that what I'm talking about is regards Ralph Lauren, I understand Denim Supply was and may even be still be a thing. I also understand Polo by Ralph Lauren is a thing. What I'm saying is the two brands combined is either something new or will be something for outlets. And what would you want to talk about these?
These are D squared. Now, when you're looking at D squared, these are reduced down to £87, and the comps are very high if you pick the right pair of jeans. These are obviously a very small size, but when you're out in the wild, D squared is one of the most highly faked brands of the 21st century, I swear.
Yeah, it is.
But if you find the right thing in the right condition, in the right size, there is still a huge amount of money to have
massive
in D squared.
They're very, very high end. This is simple as that.
Or D squared?
D squared.
50 squared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to finish off on that topic, a couple of days ago I put up a video and I meant there was a linen style or Ralph Lauren style shirt. It was a fake, it was a knockoff, which we explained in the video. And someone kind of picked me up on the fact that I mentioned that Ralph Lauren didn't produce white wash tags, which is not what I said. What I actually said was, what I was talking about was that shirt, then that linen, in that cut, in that style. If Ralph had ever released it, it would have come with a blue or possibly a black wash tag. I do understand, to clarify, that Ralph Lauren comes with white wash tags. It comes with many colour wash tags, actually. And if you've had a piece long enough, it might come with a blank wash tag. So I just wanted to clear that little bit of controversy up.
This is an amazing brand. £48 this was reduced to. This is a brand called, I want to say it's called Matthew, but it's just spelled in a special fancy way. Yeah. This is a Brouillon Anglaise top.
That's actually really cool. I like the drawstring.
Retail on Net-a-Porter. Up to £1,000 for a dress.
Not Matteo? No.
Matthew. I think it's Matthew.
Matthew?
And the comps on eBay are just as good. You'll see the next dress is Bids.
Oh, that's
180.
Nice.
Bids.
That's a nice dress as well.
So a great brand. There's also another brand called Lee Matthews, and it reminds me, similar design aesthetic. I found a piece at boot sale recently for £4 and sold that for 150. So these niche brands are really worth looking out for, both retail arbitrage and in the charity shops.
Another great brand there, and we found some of that. We found some of that recently at a charity shop.
Zadig and Voltaire.
I'm leaving you to say that.
I love picking up. I find with that brand, the camis, the slip dresses, anything that sort of has like a vampire grunge rock and roll look, like what the Couples used to be before they went a bit more mainstream.
Yeah, like if it looks like it should have studs, they're all in.
Yeah.
These are amazing.
My problem with TK Maxx and the shoes at the moment is, well, they haven't got any, but these are Nina Ricci, but you can see from the soles of these shoes, obviously they don't come with boxes, etc., but they have been used as a used shoe if you resold it.
Even if it's a display piece, it's been used and tried on and it's been scratched. That's not a brand new shoe by any stretch. I love the tips. They're quite a recent season, actually. They're only a few seasons maybe old, but once again, I think they are a display.
It's also one of those brands that isn't yet. It's not resold in a huge numbers.
No, it's not.
That makes sense.
But you get the right person with the right shoe at the right time, you'll get big money.
It's a more niche luxury brand.
I agree. And not because once again, not everyone knows about it, and I don't think it's not one of those brands that it's a go to if you're looking for a fancy shoe necessarily.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of swelly belly moment. It's one of those things that you put on your arm when you're running and you want to put your phone on your arm.
I get you. It was £10. The original price was $20.
Mm-hmm. So there's not margin. There's not.
By the time you're finished and by the time you've actually got a buyer, like, meh. If you want it for yourself, once again, what a bargain.
Obviously, we don't do Amazon, so it might be a completely different story for Amazon and Amazon comps, I guess. Would you say comps? There might be more margin to have, but then I think then again with Amazon, it's power in numbers. So it's quantity over quality.
Yeah, and I guess to make it worth your while, you'd be grabbing multiples. Like, you're not grabbing one piece. Yeah, exactly that.
All this Peloton
Speaking of which,
branded
this is nice.
stuff. I know Peloton branded stuff goes well on Amazon, especially the shoes.
There you go.
They go better on Amazon than eBay,
I remember when we found a pair, actually, for that exact reason. You checked the comps on eBay and they were terrible, but Amazon boxed new, they were going really well. So yeah, once again, I guess in the same respect, like, we compare Vestiaire or Depop or eBay or Vinted, you know, there are places to sell things and there are places you wouldn't really want to sell things.
I have to say, though, if I'm being truly honest, it's a bit thin on the ground in terms of actual just stock in general.
If it were a haircut, as being as regards thin, it would be a bald man.
And I know there's rumours of TK Maxx pulling stores out of the UK, just obviously
that's going to happen. It will happen.
Cost cuts, but it's definitely not.
I don't
go to at the moment.
No,
you know,
no, definitely not. And actually, I think, even subconsciously, we haven't actually said, like, let's not bother with TK Maxx, but anytime we go there, it's just rough. It's just not great. It's not with our time. It's not with the effort.
A lot of broken, a lot of damaged, a lot.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I didn't even think about it, but you're right.
In the shoe department, like I just said, technically, even if they were store displays, etc., their top price on them were £400. So they came into store at £400.
Well, actually, I noticed there was the gold 400, like, you know, they mark it on a shoe or a bag, which is really expensive. Yeah. There was 400, so they came in selling them at TK Maxx at 400 in that state. Like, that's mad.
I like these sunglasses, though. I was thinking about getting them.
Which ones?
The ones on my face.
I can't see.
Wait, I can't see either.
Bang. Sorry, so it has a sticker saying damage. What was wrong with them?
I couldn't work it out really. No,
we'll get back to you on that.
Clueless and eyeless. Next up.
Lensless.
Used to love picking up. I always recommended picking up.
Look at that. Sorry, I'm just looking at the actual stand. Look how bare that is.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I always used to recommend picking up sunglasses from TK Maxx. We used to go like once or twice a year.
We'd just buy a bulk.
Buy them all.
And you do really, really well. You'd pick them between like, I don't know, 15 and like 5 and 15 quid, maybe 20, 25 if you had a really nice pair. I
found all our doubles in the storage unit the other day.
Really interesting. Oh, did you actually?
Yeah.
So we used to buy like multiples, like I just said. So when we'd put a pair online, for example, and just sell them kind of individually. But some, because they were maybe they weren't pre-owned, obviously they were new, but because they were different in colour, or they would have the same pair, even if they were the same style, different colour lenses or different colour box or whatever.
Sometimes they weren't new.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
To the men's section, which was even worse than the ladies section. No, the folk.
What the folk is that?
I'm actually happy about folk slowly dripping out of TK Maxx.
Same.
Because I think the resale price will go back up again.
I agree, and I actually think the stuff they have there in TK Maxx, predominantly the folk stuff they have, I actually think it's the trashier side. I'm not going to lie. It's the same as I feel like Polo. Like they have some decent Polo bits every now and then, but majority is made for outlets. So yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So majority is made for outlets. So it's only a few niche pieces you get, which are really nice.
Now this is cool. We wanted to talk about this.
Speaking of that,
we've been picking up a lot of, well, not a lot. We found 2 pieces. And we were very lucky to do so. Ralph Lauren Country, and this is Ralph Lauren Polo Country, which is the modern reproduction
of country
done in the same style, very outdoorsy, very utility, very
hunting,
military.
Fishing. Actually, it has fishes on the poppers,
but it's not to be mistaken with Ralph Lauren Country,
which is identical label, really, isn't it?
Which is an identical label.
I wonder if, do you know what, I wonder if they're bringing all this back. I've just thought about it now. I put 2 and 2 together and got 4. Who knew? There's Polo Country, there's Polo Denim Supply. I wonder if they're bringing they're retroing all the old ones with under the brand Polo. That's what they're doing.
I get it.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
It's kind of stupid, though.
It still does
obviously
resell,
not doing very well.
It does resell. I find Ralph's still quite pricey in TK Maxx, so the margins aren't there.
Do you know what I like? Being a kind of a guy who obviously enjoys
the state of that.
A piece what?
Look at it.
I know. Being a guy who enjoys some Ralph, as we all know, I will say I do get some joy in the fact that they have to keep the prices high. I think they're determined probably more so by how high a price they buy them at.
Yeah.
You never see Ralph cheap in there, ever.
No.
Like, you can get cheaper in Bicester Village in the Polo store. I know it mostly is outlet, but so's this.
This was 18.
That was a bargain.
Wool scarf.
Try and find that at Christmas time in TK Maxx for £18.
Yeah, you have to think about that as well. It's good gifting. Even if you put it away. I know a lot of people do winter boxes. We don't. We're not seasonal sellers. But you could, in theory, the newer tag stuff, pull it away, because come gifting season, it's
I get it.
out.
Like that, they are going to, like you say, that particular colour. Oh, there's a bit of fluff, which is annoying me. That particular colour, that's a more Christmas colourway, more winter colourway, at least, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Well, it's seasonal stock, isn't it? It's stuff that hasn't sold during their season.
I'm not saying you can't wear black, red, and grey socks now. What I'm saying is that is something that you'd probably see more holiday time.
Fashion police.
Yeah, whoop whoop.
I have to say, this is still a retail store at the end of the day, and that was a mess.
Disgusting.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that was quite abrupt. Anyway, we've gone into the homeware section because the clothing is so. What's the word? So thin.
We've said it on the ground already.
It's thin.
You're repeating yourself.
Well, it's double thin on the ground.
I compared it to a bald man. I think you're just losing the plot.
Okay, I think I'm losing. Well, I literally am losing the plot. Homeware sections. At the end of every homeware aisle, there will be a clearance section.
What are you doing? You're dancing.
I'm showing you the clearance section.
What a mover.
In every category, there is luxury. Yes, there is. Yes, sirree. Even in soap dispensers. There aren't any here.
But there's somewhere.
But there are some in the world. And like bed linen, is a really good place to start if you're into if you're into homeware and hard goods and you want another little string to your bow. Looking at the bedding.
Do you know, I'm just thinking as well, the other thing is, sorry to go a bit off topic, but you mentioned the state of that previous thing, and this is going the same way, right? I think we were taught earlier in retail that if you care, when people some people don't, get me wrong, they're never going to care. But if you go into a really nice displayed shop, you're not going to pick something up and throw it back on the shelf. You feel like almost compelled to put it back nicely at least, or to try. Whereas when it's a jumble sale, I hate to say, you throw it back, and that's just how it is. If the shop staff don't care, why do I care?
And the same applies to your presentation when listing on multiple marketplaces around the UK.
Use ZIPSALE with code LUXURY. Link in the bio.
I'm the manager. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, got that? Yeah.
I was putting in mood swings.
Also, stationery section. So they had some Kate Spade stationery, and Kate Spade stationery sells really well. I would try and find it in the clearance section, obviously, because that's what we do. We buy low and sell higher.
I'm not going on a limb, and he says this is a banging stapler.
Yeah, staplers. But it's those little...
Look at that. That's a beaut,
Those
Clark.
little things that you can use for gifting. You can use... People treat themselves to something a little bit special, do you know, like a stapler.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I think, when I think, you know what, I'm going to treat myself right now, let's get to, a stationer.
I love stationery.
I know, you're weird.
We sold a used Kate Spade Lennox compact mirror that we found in a charity shop for £40. We sold it for 40.
Some pens for you as well.
We didn't buy it for 40. We sold it for 40. Do you know what? I kept all this fishing because I wanted people to see some variety. Because you know what variety is?
It's the spice of life, my dear.
It's the spice of life. Reference books. Now,
we bought this, you know what?
This video is giving you everything. A lot of people ask us about references and how we find out if things are things and things
that's the Japanese collection.
Things. And this is a good way of doing it. Old-fashioned books.
Do you know, I am one of those people that, you know, I'm the first one to say, you know, when someone has a Kindle, like, oh, once you've had a Kindle, no, I like books. I do like books, right? And I love, look at those fast fingers there. But what I was going to say was, why I like books is you have to kind of pay attention to them.
Yeah.
Like, you can flick through a web page, right, and scan it. How many people legit, even if you're reading informational pages, how like, unless it's a contract on paper, most time if you're reading a book or you have paper in front of you, you'll read it pretty much properly. Because you've taken the time to actually sit down and do it. Whereas, like, I just feel like a web page, you take what you need and, you know what I mean?
We purchased these.
We did.
Because they are great reference, and sometimes you get some niche things that will be harder to find on the internet if you don't use the right keywords.
These mini guides as well, just to let you know, they're totally unauthorized, and that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing, but what it means is, like, you know, a book when someone's kind of licensed it, blah, blah, blah. I have a whole collection of Louis Vuitton books, actually, and city guides and stuff like that. And they're very, very good. They're very, very good for reference and stuff, but they're very, like, what was the word you use? They're very kind of like, there's like one word on a page, and they're very specific in the way you read them, whereas those books are actually for information, and I think they're a bit more loose lip, which is cool.
LSA glassware, always a great thing to pick up when you are thrifting. That cereal is made by the founder of Mulberry.
Shelton Park.
Random fact there. Roger Soul, expensive cereal.
Shout out RS.
LSA is a glassware brand, and it's very contemporary and it's very desired. They sell it in John Lewis for extortionate prices. If you can find the bigger things, if you can find like the sets of champagne flutes, whether in TK Maxx in the clearance section or whether out in the thrift shops, they sell for good money. I bought that because it was a chubby plate, and I like chubby things. Okay.
Why are you going to say these things?
Next up is this. I feel like this is going to be the new Emma Bridgewater, so don't at me.
Explain this to me, because you got excited when you saw this. Not excited, that's a strong word. You don't get excited, but I'm just saying.
This lady is a print designer called Eleanor Brown. Brown Bloomer. What is it?
Something like that.
What is her name? Eleanor
Browner.
Brown. I was a cross between the
Brower?
two.
Baumer.
And
Eleanor Baumer.
And she makes print in kitchenware, mugs, things like that. And she also does toiletry bags and things like that. I think it's going to be the next, like, patterned obsession.
So, like, you had Kath, then you had... what's her name?
Yeah, you had Kath, then Emma, and now we got Eleanor.
Yep.
And I think it's like a contemporary, modern Emma. And I'm not saying Emma Bridgewater isn't contemporary modern. I'm saying it's a cottagecore vibe, and that's very like
there's
mainstream.
A little bit more edgier, not edgy, but like kind of I don't pop. I would call it pop.
Look out for the mugs. Look out for the teapots. The mugs used and the teapots used, etc. You're still going to get your 15 to 20. If they're boxed, if they're in a set, you're looking at the higher 40s.
I was so disappointed in this. Right, this on the outside it said kind of watch cleaning kit. It was a washcloth. Which washcloth is, you can get really nice washcloths out of curiosity. It's just one of those things, it's a specific kind of cloth. But on top of that, it was just a regular jewellery cleaner inside, which would label it watch cleaner or something, and sell me the dream, you know what I mean?
You could bottle your own. You could just like fill some water up in the tap and some fairy liquid and put it in a bottle.
I think that's probably illegal.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't above
Speaking
board.
of which, guys, coming up soon, my advert for Watch Cleaner. Hey.
Think of a name for it. And the last section we are going to visit in this TK Maxx. If you haven't watched any of our videos before and you have just stumbled across
I
this,
apologise.
we make videos where we go thrifting and looking for bargains to resell for a profit, keep for our personal collections.
Oh, I hate when people say, "Shut up! Don't say it." I hate that. It just annoys me.
Oh my goodness!
And if anyone take offence, I'm sorry. Just take offence. Deal with it.
The last section we are entering
boring.
is the cosmetics. The cosmetics is a great place once again for you Amazon sellers. Those things that we are not, because they sell well.
As long as you're looking for beat-up makeup, which has been rubbed across Deirdre's nose.
I say that, but eBay as
Look at it. It's a pigsty.
No, what is currently, sometimes though, it is quite good. And sometimes you can find very good brands. I found some by Terry. I found some Charlotte Tilbury, which we'll show you in a minute.
Can I ask, the thing you did pick up, which went all over your hand?
I left it in.
Yeah, okay. Because I need people to know how disgusting this thing is.
But I have to say, when you're buying cosmetics from TK Maxx, please open the boxes and check.
No, make sure they're hermetically sealed.
They just, I don't know if they get like ruined in transit or people just stick their fingers
like
in
I'm trying to show you now. Please buy things which are sealed and don't buy the trash that they did.
I opened this. It was
disgusting.
a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, and it was literally melted, and then it was all over my hands.
You look very annoyed.
But you can pick up great things. Cosmetics obviously sell very well on eBay, on Vinted. Also, I do believe Vinted was started for cosmetics. Anyway, side note, and also Poshmark.
A lot of people actually are buying sealed cosmetics for Vinted.
How do you say that?
Neom. I'm going to say Moam. That's like the striped chewy things, isn't it?
This is the bundle pack. If you find the bundle pack, look what they go for. You're looking for the bundle pack. That was £50 for Destiny Diffuser. Retail is diffuser. Yep. Retail is 100. Retail is 100 on it. So there isn't much margin. Once again, don't know what they're saying on the Zun. I'm talking about Jeff Bezos.
Why do you keep talking about Bezos' place?
Because it's a good opportunity. People are branching out. I don't want to be a stick in the mud. I'm not branching out to Amazon, but other people are. So I'm going to tell them their opportunities as well as telling eBay opportunities.
With your extensive knowledge of that platform.
My extensive knowledge of buying on it, yes.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
This is the clearance
I
section.
just sprayed something. What did I spray?
Austin likes spraying things. I know. You can at him in the comments. Just everyone tell Austin how bad
he is.
Because
look at the state of that shop.
For pre-spraying. However, I did think I hit the jackpot. I thought I hit the jackpot in the skincare section.
Why?
Skincare, hair accessories, all that kind of thing. I thought, yes, I've done it. I've achieved my greatest goal. I have found living proof in TK Maxx in the clearance, and it hasn't been used. And then I realised it wasn't in the clearance at all when it was
15 schnooks.
It was 15 schnooks.
However, what exactly is that? Explain to the folks at home.
This is dry shampoo, but it was very popular with the influencers a few years ago, and it's very lightweight dry shampoo, and it's very good. You can sell battered bottles that have caps knocked off for 30 quid on bids.
Sweet.
So there are high-end cosmetics, high-end hair care, high-end skincare.
High-end anything.
Even if you've stuck your finger in it once, some people sell them.
That's disgusting.
No, because you can say partly used and you get half of one.
Partly used? What's wrong with people?
Some people do it. I choose not to. Obviously for sanitary reasons, but some people do.
I can only say that those people are pigs.
And that concludes our adventure back into TK Maxx.
Not really.
It's been an unhinged experience, and I apologise
like piglets?
now. Piglets. Oh, they're so cute. However, I wanted to let you know that there are still opportunities to be had in TK Maxx, but it isn't.
They're very few and far between.
It isn't 2 years ago. TK Maxx very much represents the feeling in charity shops at the moment, and that is
downtown.
What? No, that is you have to work hard. But maybe that's the way reselling's going. Maybe reselling is going to be harder from now on.
Oh, I thought it was really easy. That's like the whole reason we took the gig, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the only reason we did it.
Oh, well.
No, I'm joking. It's very hard. Work hard, people. Bye.
Bye.